guys, this is Bobby with Bobby Stamps. I know it's been a minute since I have been able to upload a video for you guys, and I want to apologize for that. Life just gets so busy and you just can't keep up, and that's how I have felt since mid-March moving forward. And then today I decided I was going to reorganize my pantry, and I have been doing that since yesterday at about 10:30 at night was when I started, and that was Saturday. Today is Sunday, and it is, let's see what time, 10:16 p.m. and I just finished. So that was a job. So I had to stop really quick so I could come down here and get my videos put up for my free make and take packets for April. So this is the first make and take packet. And if you guys have followed me, you know, if you spend $25 with me in my online store in the month of April and use my host code, I will send you your free make and take packet. So if you spend $25, you earn one. If you spend $35, you earn two. And if you spend $50, you will earn all three. So I'll show you throughout the video the second and third one, but this is our first one that we're going to make. And I did use a little bit of the new items. If you haven't checked out my video, my Facebook Live I did on Friday, I showed some of the new products I was able to order in my pre-order, and I am using some of that on this card. So my ink I'm going to use today is Pool Party and So Saffron, and just like I said, my base is So Saffron. I used the new tags. Let me grab them if I can move the die cutting stuff. So this is the tailor-made tags dies, and I am thrilled with these dies already, I can tell you. So I used this one and that one, so the largest and the second largest. Okay, so that's how I cut out my tags, and I will send you your tags. I can't send stamped images per Stampin' Up! Policy, but I can send you the die cut. So I'm going to send you your two tags that you're going to need. So let's move those out of the way. And I have a piece of Pool Party that I'm going to pop out. Oh, you know what? I lost my eye on Friend on this one. And look, right there it is. It's because I didn't poke everything out. I made this card a couple of days ago, and I'm just now getting able to do the video, so that's why I probably didn't notice that. I really didn't pay attention. So I'll send you a couple of pieces of paper. You'll get So Saffron and Pool Party. That's what we're going to stamp our flower image on, and I'm going to send you the pearl, and I'll also send you the linen thread that you're going to need. Now, if you do want to duplicate this, I will tell you, I just cut my DSP, and I had a lot of this DSP left over, and so I'm wanting to try to use it up and share it with you guys. This was a celebration item. It's no longer available, but I did cut this at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, the same exact size as our card front. Then we have the well-written dies, is what I should have said earlier, is where I got that sentiment from, and it coordinates with the Well Said stamp set. And I will tell you guys, I did not get this when it first came out, the first year in the catalog. So the first year when something comes out like this, if it's a bundle, if it has coordinating dies, you save 10%. If it carries over the next year, they break it up. You don't get the 10% discount, and I had to order it and pay a little bit more because I didn't get it the first go round. So that was my fault for not doing that. I'm trying to find if I moved them over already out of my way, and I did, the basic borders. This is a standalone die set, just like the tags are. They don't coordinate with the stamp set, but you have all these unique little page borders that you can create. And so that's how I created the side scallop for our card today, and I'm going to show you how you can do that. Now, I will tell you, when I go to line it up, let's just go ahead and do that right now. Let me bring in my Stampin' Cut emboss machine. So I'm going to use the big die because that is a bigger die. It's a wider die, so I got to make sure that everything's going to fit on there. So what I did originally when I made it was I just kind of lined it up like this. So it touched and it touched, and it's not going to cut completely unless you make them each go off the page just a little bit. So on this one, I am going to try to take them off the paper just enough so it cuts it, because I want a nice big scallop still. But I ended up having to cut it, and I just want to make sure I don't have to cut it this time, because I just want to make sure it's nice and cut and even. Not something that I had to hand do. Okay, and that worked perfect. Look, you guys. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So then you can keep that or just toss it if you don't think you're going to need it. So I had a lot of this paper left over and the other DSP. So that is what I'm going to use on the other card that I'm going to share with you guys. So then what we're going to do is you will just layer that right on your card front, just like that. And it should layer pretty easily right on top. Now I decided to pop it up using dimensionals, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm debating, I took pictures and I actually even took a little video of my pantry before and after, and I'm debating on if I want to share it, because I'm going to be honest with you, my pantry was a hot mess before I did this, and I would organize it and, you know, throw things out and put everything like coordinating together, but I never took the time to buy like glass jars. I bought the jute ribbon, I bought the chalkboard little embellishments that you can get to label everything, and it was really not very clean. I hate to say that, you guys, but it wasn't. After I started cleaning it, I was like, geez, oh peas, Louise, what were you doing? Clean your pantry. Oh, you know what? I didn't die cut out, which I couldn't have done it on the same swipe anyway. But we need to cut out our word friend. And I dropped one on my plate, so hold on a second, guys. Okay, let's get this back up in here. Now, I did use the adhesive sheets on the back, so that way it'll make it super easy to adhere and pop out. I'm trying to find my take your pick tool because I want to pop those out, just because I want to make sure, whoops, that I'm going to get a clean cut through that and it's not going to interfere. So let's go ahead and, so if you guys want to get your hands on the new catalog, just send me a private message if you don't have a demonstrator, and I can let you know what you have to do to get a catalog from me. I will be mailing these out really soon, so that way you will have them when it goes live, and it's going to go live. I'm going to leave this in there so I don't lose my little dot again. It goes live for customers on May 4th. I think I have said May 3rd, and it's actually May 4th. Okay, so I'm just going to peel off some of this linen thread. I thought I had some out already. Don't need very much. We just need to tie a small enough bow. Let me see where my snips are. I feel like this video should take just a couple of minutes, and I feel like I'm going on and on and on forever with it. So I do apologize. Okay, so then I just layered these two together. Make sure you have them going right sides up, and then we'll just feed both of those twine pieces together. Bring it up to the top. We're just going to tie a simple knot and then a cute bow. But anyway, I will be mailing those out really soon. But if you want to order right now, we had a special pre-order that demonstrators could do last week. That's how I got these goodies. And if you want to join my team, you can actually shop from that pre-order list when you are selecting the items for your starter kit. So you can add items from the pre-order. Isn't that so neat? To your pre-order, and you can get them too. Okay, let's just kind of snip that. I'm going to snip that one a little bit more. Sometimes I keep snipping and I don't know when to quit. Okay, so I cut, oh, you know what? I die cut those out wrong. it was supposed to be the reverse. So the big one, it was supposed to be Pool Party, and the small one was supposed to be the So Saffron. And I did it backwards, but you know what? I'm just going to keep it. Our word friend. You know what I'm going to do, actually? Hold on. Let's see. I don't know. Actually, I think I cut the wrong size out too. Let me grab those dies again. And I had the card laying right there beside me when I was die cutting this stuff out. I think I did. I think I cut the wrong one. I'm going to go ahead and just cut another one out. Now, you'll get this one. You'll get this tag. I'm going to end up having 3 on mine. Let me grab another piece of So Saffron. But let's see. Okay. Let me pause really quick and I'll be right back. Okay, let's see if we can untie this, and then I bet you I'll never be able to get that bow tied back because I already cut the ends off. So let's see. Wish me luck, you guys. I might have to cut some brand new linen thread to make it work correctly. But hopefully I can do it. Whenever I'm on camera, though, nothing seems to go my way, just like this. But you know what? That's life. Things happen, right? It's not a big deal. And look at that. I was able to do it. I am impressed. So let's see. Let's pull this one. And then I'll pull that just a little bit. And then just tighten that up a little bit. Okay. Super cute. Now, it's not going to look too goofy. If we pop out the word friend, I'm going to pop my little dot right there, and hopefully it'll stay good at staying in there, so that way it's going to be easy to find. Now, I'm just going to make sure I have all my little things out that I don't want on there, and then I'll just peel off. These adhesive sheets, you guys, are amazing. If you don't have them, I would highly, highly suggest you add them to your next order. And if I can find a spot just like that, you just want to find a spot where you can get it to start peeling. There we go. And then our dot, I'm going to pick up with my putty knife. And let's see if I can get that through there. And it did come off. And then we'll just place that right there. I cannot believe that went that well. I was waiting for a 2-hour struggle to try to get that off there. Okay, let's go ahead then. And I'll bring in the stamp set that we need. Okay, so this is the Flowers of Friendship bundle. And it coordinates with the punch. Super cute. I almost passed on this one, and now I have to tell you, I'm very glad that I did not pass on this. So, I've already got my stamps mounted up, and I will tell you guys, this is the kind of day I had today because I was trying to do too much at the same time, and I mounted my flowers onto the blocks, and I put the wrong sticker. I put the small one on here, so then the big one, of course, wouldn't fit on there, so I just put the big one on top of the small one, and this one is not going to have one. So, I've already messed up one of my stamp sets out the gate, okay? So, we're going to do So Saffron and So Saffron, and we're going to use the smaller flower. And then we'll close that up, and then we're going to use Pool Party and Pool Party cardstock, and we're going to stamp the larger flower. Okay, and then I know my pearls already are across the room, so I'm going to have to run over there and get them here in a minute. So let's go ahead and see if this is going to fit or if I'm going to have to trim it. Nope, it fit in the punch perfect. So let's just go ahead and I'm going to try to do it this way. And I'm going to have to hold that with my left hand, and that's going to be so awkward, but I was cutting a little bit off and not leaving a nice equal amount of border around each flower like I wanted to do, like that. Okay, and then let's go ahead and slide the smaller flower in there. Oh, gonna have to do the same thing. Pay attention how you stamp, guys, and how your punch is made. I normally make sure, but as you guys, I've already told you, I've had a bit of a rough day. Okay, and that flew on the floor. I don't know what it is since I moved over here. Everything I do lands on the floor. I don't know what it is with that. Okay, I'm just going to take my bone folder and I'm just going to spruce up the leaves just a little bit, the petals, just so they stand up just a bit. Okay, then let's grab a mini dimensional, put on the back of our So Saffron, peel the backing off maybe, there we go. And then we'll just center that in the middle of the pull party. Put another mini glue dot. You could actually use a bigger one if you wanted to use a big glue dot. I'm just going to stick with the mini. And then we're going to bring this over here. We're going to put this right there in that corner. Going to put some Stampin' Dimensionals. Let me find my good pack. Okay, let's just put a few on the back. Whoops. Not on the front of our card, people. Okay, and then we'll peel those off. Just like that. Oh, you guys, what a day I've had. So I just kind of put that half on, half off, and then you can kind of move the tags around if you want. You could even put dimensionals on the back if you wanted them to stay a certain way. I'm fine with them being like that. I didn't care if they move. I'm trying to see if I have any pearls to the right of me. Let me grab my pearls because I'm going to use them on the next card. So I already have everything set up for the next card, so that's why they're over there. And so you'll receive the pearls you need to. On this one, we're just going to use, you could use either a small or the medium. I'm going to use the medium, not the large on this card. I need to change my putty and I'm out. Just put that right there and I'm just going to kind of scooch it right in the center. Okay, guys, that is it for Make and Take 1. So like I said, I will send you the linen thread, the pearls, the cardstock, everything you need to make this card. I'll be right back with card 2. Okay, guys, let's do Make and Take 2. So this is using Seaside Spray, which is retiring, and that makes me so sad to say because I absolutely love this color. This was a little bit tricky to put together, and I'll show you all my little things that I did to make it be a little bit easier, hopefully. Hopefully I can remember how I did it. Because I did it, I think 2 or 3 times it took me to get the pieces where I knew how to layer them so they would go on there right. I think I had to do it twice. And this one, I had to peel up and it's not quite sticking back down. But I'll send you everything. I'll have the little butterflies popped out. I'll send you these little elements. And then the card, the DSP again is from the Celebration paper pack that we had. And these are cut at 3/4 by 6. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm using an oldie but a goodie, you guys, the Butterfly Gala stamp set. And that's where I got my sentiment from, and then it coordinates with the butterfly punch. So let's go ahead and scoot everything out of the way really quick. We're going to start with our piece of Whisper White that is 4 by 5 1/4. Whoops, sorry about that, you guys. And I'm just going to use my silicone mat because it's going to make it easier. My blocks got put back in the wrong spot, and I think that that's what's making all that fall over. So what you want to do first is figure out your little corner piece down here. So I'm not necessarily gonna, it looks like I didn't cut a strip. So you're just gonna get random pieces, guys. I just didn't, you know, I'm not making sure, oh, they get this one, oh, they get that one. But let me see. This one's probably not quite 6 inches, but I think I am going to go ahead and just use it like I did on my original, just because I like that color. Now, I won't have it going down this way because I didn't cut these that way, but I just happened to see this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of my adhesive on the back of this. And you can kind of pay attention and make sure you're only putting adhesive where it's going to be on the cardstock. So you want to make sure, we want to make sure that we're covering this corner completely, just like that. Because when we flip it over, we're going to trim that away. So just make sure you're covering that corner completely. And then you just mix and match what color and where, that kind of thing. So I don't want to, you know, a blue because I've already got a blue going there. So let's go ahead and put this piece here and just line them up. And you have to make sure that you're having excess at the side and the bottom so you can trim that off, okay? Then let's grab one of these greens. So that's why it's 6, because this right here, you want to make sure that you're having the excess so you can cut it off. So let's just put that piece like that, okay? And then I'm gonna move over to this corner really quick. I think first though, I'm gonna trim these off just so we don't have, just make sure you have it all on there good. I'm gonna use an old pair of scissors because it might get adhesive, and just go right up against, don't cut your base, but just go right up against it and trim those off. And because where they have adhesive, they're going to stick to your scissors and everything else. So if you kind of pay attention, which I'm not, where you're placing your adhesive, you won't have as much of a mess as what I'm ending up with, but I'm not paying attention. I'm just trying to get through the video. Okay. So now we have that corner all, not all done, but pretty much done. Now we got to make sure that we're going to cover this corner again. So I'm going to go again with a darker piece. And what you want to do is kind of lay this piece here. Let me make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so kind of lay this piece, but you don't want to adhere it down yet because you want to make sure that this piece, see what I mean? It's going to butt up there. So we're going to have to scoot this piece down. So this piece is lining up at the bottom there, and then this piece is going to line up right there like that, okay? So I'm just going to kind of leave that piece lay there like that. I'm going to put some adhesive on the back, only down so far because that's all it's going to be. Make sure I'm leaving enough excess that I'm trimming it off. Then you can start putting the rest of the pieces on there then. Okay, so let's line this piece up just like that. And then let's do that other dark blue. I like that a lot. Okay, and then just put this one here. Now I'm going to pop back over to this side and I'm going to put this piece here like that. So let's go ahead and just put adhesive on this piece and line that up. And just always make sure that you're having excess to cut off or you're going to run yourself into some trouble. Then do we want the green? Or yep, we want the green. Just like that. Okay, so you should have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Yep. So let's go ahead and put this piece right there like that, okay? I'm just gonna peel that off. We'll cut this piece away again, just like that. I didn't do a very good job. So I'm just gonna come back in and just make sure I'm not getting my base. And then again, these aren't the best scissors, so I'm trying my best to not get my DSP. Or I'm sorry, my base, my card base. And then just trim that piece off. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Now I'm gonna bring in my mat. We're gonna take Seaside Spray and we're going to stamp the sentiment that says, "Hello, beautiful." And you'll just stamp it right along that line right there. Okay, and then I will have already sent you your butterflies, but we're going to pop out one of the smaller butterflies. Oh, you know what? I grabbed the wrong DSP. I needed I'm just going to use this one, but I will send you guys the little flowered one because I think it's prettier. So I'm just going to pop one out with that, and then I'm going to pop two out using this one. So you'll end up getting 3 butterflies. So you can put all 3 butterflies on there if you want to. I only used 2, and you can use whatever side you want to. But I'm just going to use 2 again. I mean, like I just said, you can use as many as you want. I'm going to place a dimensional on the back, right in the center of the larger one, and just place it right there. And then on the smaller one, I'm going to use a mini glue dot and just put it right on the back. And then we're just going to put it kind of flying in that direction. Then I will send you the pearls. And we're just going to place one right in the center of the big butterfly, and then on the little one I'm going to use a little pearl. And then on the elements we're going to use one of the Seaside Spray, and I used the larger one. I have a lot of these, you guys. I bought a lot of these and never used them. Can you believe that? This is the first time I'm using them as on this card. So let's just place one butterfly there. And then I'm going to send you a larger one of the Rococo Rose. And we'll place it right. Oops, the sticky came off. See if I can get that picked back up and just put it right on top of the sticky. There we go. Nice save. And then I'm going to do another of the small Rococo Rose and just kind of turn it going like that. Okay. Then we just have to adhere it to our Seaside Spray. If I can find my bottle folder, I tossed it over here and it must have went too far because now, oh, there it is underneath my card. Okay, and then you could pop this one up as well on dimensionals if you guys like that look. I'm just going to use some Stampin' Seal. Maybe I'm out, so I will use Stampin' Seal Plus. Just give it a nice run up there. And then we'll just layer that on your card front. How cute is that, you guys? I love it. I love how this card turned out. Took me a minute to figure out the layering, but I think it looks like patchwork. It reminds me kind of like a quilt. So there you go. Hold on and I'll be right back with our third make and take. Okay guys, here is the third make and take card. I love this card. I love like the busyness in the background. I love this new color. It is called a Polished Pink. And I am in love with it. I really like it a lot. It's a lot like Magenta Madness. Similar, but two very different colors, you guys. Two very different colors. At first, that's what I thought when I first saw it. But then when you put the colors right beside each other, again, watch that Facebook Live. I show a comparison and they're not even close to being the same color. Okay, so this is another new bundle that is going to be in the annual catalog. It's called Quiet Meadow. I love this little typing in the back, the little splatter, and then look at these dies, you guys. Oh my word, aren't they just amazing. This is my first card, but I promise you it will not be my last because I love this stamp set. Okay, my base is basic black. And then you'll receive a piece of polished pink that is 4 by 5 1/4. Let's go ahead and just put that down. We're not putting any ribbon or anything, so we can just layer these up. I'm gonna flip it over. Just center it the best you can, like that. Then I'm gonna take a scrap piece of paper. So I want to make sure I'm not going to get a mess. I'm going to send you more of the DSP from the celebration. This piece is 3 3/4 by 2. And then I'll send you a piece that is 3 3/4 by 1. Okay. So we're just going to take Memento ink. And I'm just going to ink up the like typeset, I guess is what you call that. And then I'm just going to stamp randomly, and then I'm not even going to re-ink because I want a lighter faded. And then I'm going to do the same thing, full force, and then I'm going to go lighter. But I don't want them right beside each other, what I'm doing. So that's why I'm just kind of paying attention. So I'm going to go full force, and then right down there I'll just do like a light. And then you can go back in. And let's see, let's just do a little one there, and then I'm going to do the stamped off one right there, okay? Something like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. We'll do our sentiment here in a minute, but let's open up the polished pink, and then we're going to take, oh, you know what? I still need to do this one in basic black. So we're just going to go back in, and just like before, you're going to go full force, and then just ink it again. We're going to go full force, ink it again. And we want to save some territory here for the polished pink, because we're going to do the same thing as soon as I clean my stamp. Just going to clean that off really good. Make sure I have all the black off. I'm just going to stamp on that little piece of scrap paper. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to flip it over because it's kind of getting busy with all that in the background. And I'm just going to ink this up again. And then we're just going to do the same thing. Just randomly putting splotches here and there. It's just, we're basically adding a nice little background image. And I feel like this is kind of bare right there. So I'm just going to go back in with some and put right there. That's all you got to do. Okay. Now, let's move this out of the way, and we can layer this piece onto the card front. Am I out? I am out. I am out of everything, guys. Let's go old school with some Tombow. Okay. So we'll just put that right in the center of the card base. Now I'm going to stamp my sentiment. Oh, I'm going to use Memento. And it just says thinking of you. And we're just going to stamp it all the way to the right because we're going to put, oh, and I rocked it. I did that the last time when I stamped that. Flip it over, and I'm not going to push so hard. Just like that. Okay. 2 sides to every piece of cardstock, and now you know why. Let's bring in the die cutting machine. Let me grab everything I'm going to need instead of burying it in the back. So these will already be die cut out for you, so you don't have to worry about that. And we're going to do 2 of these in basic black, and then we need 1 of this flower in the polished pink, and they both should fit on there pretty good. And then we'll just die cut these out. You don't need to run it through twice. I'm just being lazy. I have a bunch of stuff sitting at the end, and I didn't want to have to worry about knocking that over and all that kind of goodness. Let's grab that one. Can just move that out of the way, and then we'll do this one more time. I really like the look of this black and pink together. I think that they just are very stunning together. Okay. Get this over out of the way. Boy, that's heavy when you're used to using your little mini one. Normally for my classes and my kit club, when I do my videos, that's what I use, but this one was, the dies were a little bit bigger, and I knew I wanted to fit more than just one in at a time. So just make sure you have all your little pokey things up here out that are supposed to be out. And then I'm going to get my silicone mat again. I'm sorry about that. Every time I grab this or put it back over there, it knocks a block over, it seems. So I'm just going to flip everything already over where I'm going to put the adhesive, and I'm just going to, oh, you know what? Let's go ahead before we get started on this. Let's go ahead and put this stuff on. So we're just going to put the DSP right in the center of the card. So just like this, right in the center. Let's go ahead and put this strip right in the center as well. And I don't think I cut that one at 3 3/4. It looks like I cut it at 4. But don't worry, I'll make sure I cut yours correctly. I think it was laying there and I just grabbed it thinking it was already cut and ready to go. Okay, let's go ahead, and I'm just going to use my fine tip glue pen. If you have the adhesive sheets, you could absolutely use the adhesive sheets. I just did this in the original. This is how I did it, and so I'm just kind of sticking with what I did. So I'm just basically putting little dots all over randomly so it will adhere down on the cardstock. And then we'll do the little piece of polished pink. Just random. And then put the lid back on your fine tip glue pen immediately because it dries out super fast. Okay, now I used my tweezers. So I'm going to do that again because it just made life so much easier. And then we're just going to put one. This one I put up a little bit higher, and then I just kind of held it down, let it grab a hold of your paper. Grab your second one, and then this one I'm going to put down just a little bit, and we're kind of putting them pretty close together. So just make sure everything's getting stuck down to the paper like it's supposed to. And then we'll do the polished pink one. And we're just going to put it right in the center of both the basic black ones. And then again, just make sure, take your time, make sure it's all getting adhered. Then I'm going to send you 3 of these little clear gems, and you'll just place them right in the center of each one of the pink petals. That is it, guys. That is my make and takes for April, and I hope that you like them. And remember, if you place an order with me, I will send you these for free. And if you want to order from the annual catalog and you don't have a demonstrator and you need a catalog, reach out to me. You can leave a message here. You can private message me on Facebook. And if you want to join my team, if you don't want to wait, you can purchase that starter kit and purchase things from the pre-order that demonstrators are allowed to add to their starter kit. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.